Calicat the Calicaster, and this is a review of the penultimate episode of this season of Star Trek Prodigy, Supernova Part 1. Yeah, we did not actually know, we were guessing, but yeah, kid show, kind of obvious. So, this one we have the mystery box unfurled. The weapon is going to activate, and the diviner and the Sultan lady and the other one, and the robot, the dreadnought, they go over to the ship, and they're going to try to board the ship. The weapon activates and starts making the Starfleet ships go crazy. This is just before the but the Admiral is freed from the brig by a descendant of one of the people rescued from Voyager, refugees from a Voyager planet, who is the security officer. She lets her out, but she's too late. She gets to the bridge and they've already launched the boarding party. All the ships activate and they start going after each other. Kind of, and they're near Mars, it looks like, so it's kind of like the Mars attack, but different. But yeah, over on the ship, they beam over to the ship. They the three bad guys. There's a fight, breaks out on the ship. We even get a Deep Space Nine-esque catfight, which we did not get in the season finale of Deep Space Nine, thanks to Calicat March cards that suggested that scene. It's in this one. We get Gwendolyn fighting the Sultan lady. Cat fight on the bridge, duking it out. The cat fight everybody wanted is in there. So yes, that there's the contribution. The cat fight. But the bad guy does get away after the cat fight. The bad guy lady, but she does, but not before killing the diviner guy. And he does this impassioned, half-dead speech thing. Other things activate, and this is part 1 of 2. It's called Supernova, so there's your obvious thing. The robot lady gets in the robot armor and flies off. She's a pretender, basically. Transformers. She flies off, presumably leading to the Romulan Nova thing, and then blaming Starfleet for the It's presumably what's going on. But is this also the synth attack? From their perspective, the fleet goes crazy near Mars in 2385. It seems like it could be. It's a little bit condensed, but it could be. But if they already knew the Nova was happening, that's why they built the fleet in 2385. So technically, that doesn't make sense unless they're just making it worse by going over there. I'm presuming that's what they're doing. It doesn't really hook up unless it's Silly Trek, in which case, well, they're run by the Q, so they do whatever they do. It doesn't matter if the timeline's kind of messed up, as if, Picard in the other show. The Picard show technically should have started in 2397, not 2399, but it's in 2399, thus moving the timeline up, 2 years. So maybe it's the same thing with this. Maybe 2385 and 2387. Maybe that's what's going on. And although they twist at the end of this episode is that, well, if they blow up all of Starfleet, then Solon's never contacted, thus creating a paradox and creating a time warp over the Cillian planet. Yeah, the Saldacat planet, the cat planet. Yet again, Calicat. It's funny that we don't have a lot of subscribers on our channels, but we have a lot of videos. We have over 1,000 videos, 1,200 videos on this channel. And yet, the influence of our videos and reviews is hilarious out there. And even Star Trek noticed, and yeah, we have some elements of our stuff in there. But yeah, this is action episode, lots of visual effects. I'm sure Trek Yards is going to explore the different ship hull lettering and stuff. There's a communications blackout at one point where the universal translator doesn't work temporarily, and they get the idea to signal people that aren't technically Starfleet and wouldn't have the Starfleet codes. And then we have a cameo by Amanda Stoners, the Klingon commander of the Prey, who shows up from the church as a Klingon, and she basically fights off the guys. Okay. Well, that's who that is. That's Amanda Starr, who we haven't seen in years, but now she's a Klingon officer on a bird of prey. So that's awesome. So yeah, of course. At least it kind of looks like her. Amanda Stone of the Klingon Empire. Yes. Yes. So yeah. So that's the quickie review of this episode, penultimate episode before the finale next week after Christmas. But here is the first one. We'll put up the review. Spoilers. There's a big fight. It kind of ends with a cliffhanger. Yeah. So that's kind of it. And that's what happened. Yeah, and it has a on location character as a Klingon, which is funny. So cool. Yeah. And briefly they show the bridge of another ship that could be considered one of the other other ones from the series as well. But no, it wasn't. Mm. So yeah, they're gonna abandon ship apparently from the main mothership thing, the admiral's ship. Yeah. Anyway, we'll see you next week, I guess. Anyway, that is the review, real quick. Yeah.